Hey everyone, it's Tox from CritsHappen.com. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. I'm sitting here counting the fat, giant, huge amounts of stack of cash I got from being Geek of the Week. In all seriousness, this has been an absolute blast of a week. For anyone who doesn't know, I was nominated as Geek of the Week on BoardGameGeek.com, and it's been an absolute blast for the whole last week, answering questions, talking to people, interacting with new friends, and getting to meet people. It's just been really cool. So in all seriousness, I want to thank Robert from Black Belt Gaming for nominating me. But more importantly, we have to get to what's sitting on my screen here, which is 2 truths and 1 lie. And then I need to tell you about the next Geek of the Week. So let's take a look at the voting right now. We've got 146 votes that have been cast. And it looks as though 74, or just a touch over 50%, think that number 2 was a lie. So, well, let's get into it and see what we got. The first one said, I first met my wife in a bowling alley while joining a bowling league, and I was wearing a leopard print bowling shirt. And 38 of you thought that that was a lie. That's the truth. I actually met my wife in a bowling alley wearing said leopard print shirt, and to this day I have no problem admitting this. She has a better average than I do, and she's a better bowler than I am. But we have a lot of fun, so even from day one we were playing some type of game together. So let's move on to number 2, which says, I've only played D&D once, and I was kicked out of the playgroup after one night of play, and getting 3 of the 4 characters other people were playing killed. Well, unfortunately I don't have all my magic with me today, but this one is also said true. This happened almost 15 years ago now. When I was growing up, I never played any type of role-playing games other than Marvel's role-playing game from TSR, I believe is who made it, and the DC role-playing game. Both of which were not really that great, but they were fun, and I was a comic book nerd. I never played D&D until I was in my early 20s, and my roommate just absolutely hounded me to do this. And in the process of doing it, we spent over an hour creating my character, going into this huge adventure that him and his friends had already put together, and these were my friends too. It wasn't like I didn't know them all. But we sit down, and the opening of the entire scenario was my character is coming into a port, and I hear a bugbear yelling and getting into an argument with one of the characters about money and how this character owes that NPC money. So I looked at my friend, who is the dungeon master, and I said, I can do anything, right? And he goes, you can do anything you want, just role play and get into it. And I said, okay, yeah, he owes me money too. And they all looked at me and they were, what? I was like, yeah, he owes me money. In fact, that guy and that guy owes me money. And I just decided that my guy was going to be an antagonist. And unfortunately, through the antagonistic nature, I ended up with all of our characters into a prison and fighting in an arena within about 2 hours, and 3 of them were killed. And they were not very happy with me. So they politely asked me to no longer play. So that leads me to the deceptive lie. And the deceptive lie was actually number 3. 34 of you thought this was a lie. It said, my prized possession is a full set of the DC Superpowers action figures from Kenner, which are loose, making them both super cool, yet nowhere near as valuable if still on the card. So as you can see, I do have quite a bit of Superpowers action figures, and they are loose and out of the box. However, as you can see, if you're familiar with the set, this isn't a full set. It is almost a full set. Some of them are missing, so I'm still on my quest. But it's getting closer and closer and closer to being completed. They sit here in our game room upstairs above the windows on the shelves, and they look great, and we clean them often. But this one was a lie, because it's not a full set. So, while I would love to say that that's a complete full set, unfortunately it's almost a full set. So that's my 2 truths and 1 lie. I hope you had a lot of fun with that. I know I did. It was pretty cool to see that almost evenly across the board everybody thought that one of them was a lie. So don't know what that says about me, but we'll see. So who is my successor? This was hard. I actually had 4 different people that I had thought about and tried to figure out who would be good for this. And in the end, I went with someone who I somewhat know, but want to know more about, and someone that I think between my questions and everyone else's questions we're going to learn quite a bit about this week. He is kind of like me, actually. He does reviews, and he does them more on a family sense than anything that I've ever actually seen before. He does a tremendous job of, in my opinion, doing reviews with him and his wife and his kids and getting their opinions and getting them succinct and getting them across. He's extremely passionate. He's a guy that when I watch him on video, I can just tell where his passion lies and how much fun he has playing these games. He is somebody who I have met once in person and had the opportunity to speak to and have talked to on the internet, but I really, again, he's highly engaged inside of BGG. He's highly engaged in the gaming community, and I think this is going to be a really good, interesting person to use for the Geek of the Week. So with that, I give you... That's right. The gray elephant himself, Tim Norris, is going to be number 396, the Geek of the Week. Congratulations, Tim. Can't wait to see what you say about the questions I've got and everyone else has. But in the meantime, thank you again, Robert. Thank you again, Board Game Geek community. And until we see you next time, keep rolling those dice, and we hope they're all crits.